Hello and welcome to Nanny Cooks from Branson, Missouri. We're here this morning just to wish you all a very happy new year. I'm here with hubby and he's getting ready to start his day's work, but he wanted to come and why?
See what's for dinner tonight.
You know, we're working on our Frugal January, so he's always curious about what we're going to come up with. So just want hubby to say hi and to wish you all a happy new year. So, okay, hubby.
You have a safe one.
Alrighty. We're going to continue with our Frugal January this morning. And if you missed the last video, at our house in January, we try to kind of scale back and get back to reality. So we start with a $50 bill in an envelope. And we can't spend more than this $50 for the entire month of January on food. This only applies to food. So we've been cleaning out our cabinets and making do with what we have. And this morning I'm going to make some vegetable soup. Now I've made a batch of it already and have it here, and have some corn muffins to go with it, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put the rest of this together. Now the corn muffins came from a box I had in the pantry. Just made these up last night for our dinner, so we had a few left. And we're going to make the vegetable soup, which my husband has renamed Roundup soup, because we round up anything that we can out of the refrigerator. So let's go on down here. And so far I have some leftover roast with the broth, and let me get this squared here so you can see it, and whatever was left over from our potatoes and carrots and roast last night. I added some onions and we're just letting this cook a little bit. Now then, I have some beef broth that I had in the freezer. I'm going to add some of that to give it some flavor. I also had a partial package of peas and carrots that we're going to put in here. So far, so good. Had a little bit of corn left from a meal a couple of nights ago. We're going to add that to it. Give it a stir. And I had a few potatoes left from the potatoes and carrots and roast we had, but I didn't have enough. So I went to the cabinet and guess what? I'm out of potatoes. So I've got a second choice here. I have some hash browns that I had in the freezer. So we're gonna put those in there to give it some thickness too. I had these little cans of V8 juice. I always like to put those in vegetable soup to give it a good flavor. So we're going to add those. Now we have some, let's put 2 of those in here. Give it some real good flavor. But you know what? That's not quite red enough for me. So I had this spaghetti sauce in the freezer. So we're going to just put some of that in there. That'll give us some flavor. Plus it makes the soup a little more red. This is the beef, the roast that I had left over. Chopped it up a little bit. We're going to put that in there. And to give it some thickening, I have a little bit of macaroni we're going to put in here and let that cook away. I had this seasoning. I think this is pronounced herb de Provence or something like that. And so I'm going to put a little of that in there. Can't hurt anything, can it? So, all right. So everything in here is either a leftover or something that we got out of our pantry or out of our freezer. And look here. That's pretty good looking vegetable soup, isn't it? So we can add our corn muffins to it and it's a full meal. So that's just one way we can clean out the pantry. Now I've got another really neat recipe for you. Let me get it out of the refrigerator. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, yes. When I was going through my pantry and taking inventories, I saw that I had a can of Mandarin oranges. I had a box of instant pudding, and in the freezer I had some Cool Whip. So I took the Mandarin oranges, drained the juice out of it, added the instant pudding. Now, the recipe that I kind of went by called for vanilla pudding. I didn't have any vanilla pudding, so guess what? I used banana pudding, and it tastes good. You mix that up, and then you add a cup of Cool Whip to that. Stir that up, let it set in the refrigerator about an hour, and then you can fix it up pretty in a little juice glass. You could use a small canning jar, or if you have parfait glasses, you could do that too. This is a dessert that would be fun for the kids to help you make. And you really just fill your glass or whatever container you're using with your Cool Whip mixture that has the juice of the Mandarin orange can, the Cool Whip, and then you add your Mandarin oranges to it and mix that all up. And then let it set a little while in the refrigerator. When you're ready to serve, you put your mixture in the bottom, add a little more Cool Whip to it, and just to decorate it a little bit, put you a little Mandarin orange. And we like nuts real well, so I sprinkled some nuts on top of mine. So that's a really good, quick, soothing, not a heavy dessert either. So you might try that too. So that's just a couple of ways. We're having a lot of fun with this. And did I mention that so far we have only spent $6.46 of our $50 that we're allowed, and it's the middle of January almost too. So we're having fun with this. And I don't know if you noticed what I've got on today, but you know, I usually have a tea towel hung over my shoulder because I'm so messy. Well, my sweet sister made me this year for Christmas, and it's to wipe my hands, and and of course the colors are perfect for my kitchen, so I just love it. And today is my sister's birthday, so I just want to wish her a happy birthday too. So, alrighty. I want to let you know that our videos will probably be getting fewer and farther between, and because it's tax season. And I volunteer with what's called the VITA TCE tax program through the IRS. This is a free tax program for the elderly and for low to middle income families. There are several sites all over the United States. Here in Missouri, you can call your local extension office to get an appointment. And I'm going to be working at a site called Elevate Branson, which is, of course, in Branson this year. This is a great, great outreach in our community. So be sure and encourage people, especially the elderly and low income. This is a free service, absolutely free, with certified preparers too. And this year they're even offering a drop-off for people that are concerned about COVID. So until we see you again, I hope you're safe, be kind, don't forget to share with others, and count your blessings. Have a good day. Bye-bye.